Right, so last time we covered Low, which literally was David Bowie's lowest point.
Yeah.
Almost in sharp contrast is Heroes.
Came out the same year, 1977, the year of punk and new wave.
Yep. Now this is the one. This is definitely the one where they issued the famous slogan. There's old wave, there's new wave, and there's David Bowie. But this is the one. I also think I think I got songs mixed up on the Low review.
Yep.
I talked about an amazing saxophone solo.
Yeah.
At the end of Low, did I?
I can't remember.
Well,
yeah, you talked about one at the end of the album.
Yeah, I got it wrong.
It's not at the end of
It's
Low.
at the end of Heroes.
Oh.
I apologise. I apologise profusely.
Okay.
Now, Heroes is actually my favourite David Bowie album. I think it's his best one.
Yeah.
I think it's the combination of the pop sensibilities with the experimentation, and it's blended together beautifully.
Yeah.
This is my favourite David Bowie album, so I'm going to be fanboying out.
I haven't heard this album for a couple of years. I've heard some of the songs a lot.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's one that everyone has heard, which is this title track, Heroes.
Heroes, yeah.
If you've not heard that, what rock are you living in?
Gonna say, I mean, at some point everyone must have heard
the song Heroes, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Even if it's just from an X Factor or something, if you have no musical taste at all.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But yes, I've heard bits. I'm not going to be as authoritative on this as I was on a few other ones, so I've not heard it for so long. So I will let you take the reins. But I remember it being a very great album with some good songs on, but I don't like it as much as Low.
Okay.
So, where do we start? At the beginning, logically, Beauty and the Beast is the first song, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to have a little bit of...
Oh, a bit of background.
Okay. Okay, so for a bit of context, this is the only one actually recorded fully in Berlin.
Okay.
The only one of the trilogy. I think Tony Visconti famously said this is like the last time he had a journey making a record.
Yeah.
This is the last time he had any kind of big experimentation. Apparently they were literally feet away from the wall.
Yeah.
Literally, they could see it. Apparently there were like red guards checking the sound booths and stuff like that. Yeah. Which presumably is like, you know, the Stasi or whatever.
Yeah.
So literally, people see this one as perfectly encapsulating the Cold War era. Yeah. And paranoia. So literally, feet away from the Berlin Wall. Yeah. So this, musically, this album is a massive step up in terms of the guitar. The guitar takes a bit of a backseat in Low to the synths.
Yeah, Simpson sort of, yeah, like, it's more like sort of production tricks and stuff, yeah, and synths, yeah. A lot of drums and all, I've taken a broad preference there. Yeah. Yes.
But this one puts the guitar at the full centre because, well, one of my favourite guitar heroes is on Heroes. Robert Fripp.
Yep. Iconic, legendary guitarist from King Crimson.
Yep. Who's produced some of my favourite records. Yep. Lark's Tongues in Aspic, Starless and Bible, Black and Red. Yep. Three of the best albums of the 70s in my opinion. Hugely experimental albums. So Fripp had not played guitar for 3 years. King Crimson were retired at this point. So Robert Fripp himself considered himself to be retired from the music scene. Yep. So he got a call one day from Tony Visconti and basically he said, you know, Robert, do you want to appear on this album and play guitar? And I was like, well, you know, I'd love to, but I've not played guitar for 3 years, but if you want to take that risk, then yeah, go on then. Go on then. So Fripp flew out and the first he was jet lagged and he literally got off the plane, jet lagged as hell, and we pulled him into the studio and we played like Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. The first take. Jeez. He just played it and that's what you hear on the album, the first take of a horribly jet lagged Robert Fripp who not played a guitar for 3 years. Yeah. And it sounds amazing. Yeah. So this kind of risk taking is what permeates the whole album. Yep. Yeah, and what makes Heroes different to Low is that it's a much more optimistic album. Yeah. Low is seen as David Bowie going through some kind of therapy. It's music as therapy. The artist is coming to terms with past indiscretions and a lot of pain and a lot of hurt. And Heroes is him coming out of that era, and it's a much more optimistic, much happier album. Berlin is where David Bowie says he found redemption, basically, and Heroes is the sound of that.
Well, Low is like a cathartic scream.
Yeah.
And then Heroes is like the aftermath, looking forward. Almost like John Lennon's brilliant Plastic Ono band, and this is his Imagine.
Oh.
I just wanted to see what you'd react to that. I know you're not a big fan of that album.
I don't like
or
him.
Song.
I don't like Imagine.
No.
I don't like the song Imagine.
No.
Well, I guess we'll get into that another time.
Yes.
With this one, David Bowie takes a lot of the experimentation he's learned on Low and applies it to Heroes with a more pop sensibility, which is what I think makes it so great. And what makes it my favourite David Bowie album. So the album opens up with Beauty and the Beast.
This has got some amazing vocals.
Yeah. I listened to the record today. I've still got no idea what any of the lyrics of these songs are about except the Heroes.
You can't say no to the Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. There's lots of like, I wanted to believe. There's like lots of weird like manipulation of David Bowie's voice. And there's some insane guitar work.
Yeah.
It is out of this world what Fripp is doing. And the production is like cavernous and it's huge. It's almost like someone's hit you musically. This is followed by Joe the Lion, which is seen as being like a krautrock inspired song. I don't know a lot of krautrock, so I can't really.
Oh, I'm a big fan. Kraftwerk and New.
I know Kraftwerk.
Yeah,
but I've never heard New.
Well, like or Can as well.
Oh yeah.
It's more based. Krautrock is more based on sort of jams and like a lot of like drum and bass taking precedent over sort of standard rock instrumentation, like the guitars and stuff. So yeah, is that what Joe the Lion sounds like?
I don't know.
No,
not really.
I personally think that the krautrock influences over Station to Station and Low are a little overrated.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they're there as much as people would like.
No,
them to think.
I don't think they are. There's definite Kraftwerk influence on one of these songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, that's the only I can pick up on.
No.
But Joe the Lion is it's kind of similar to Beauty and the Beast, so it's not as insane musically. Joe the Lion is almost like a ballad. He's like Joe the Lion went down with a again, it's making use of really weird layered vocals and screeching guitar work. I don't know much to say about Joe the Lion. It's a great song, but I've got no idea what it's about.
No. The songs on this, the first side are a bit longer, aren't they, than the ones on Low?
Yeah,
sort of standard,
they're not
sort of
song fragments.
Yeah.
So this one you can kind of sink your teeth into it a little bit more, I think. Again, that's what I prefer about Heroes to Low. I love the song fragments on Low, but I think it works a bit better as fully formed songs.
Yeah. Well, I think that interesting talking about the sort of like reception of Heroes and Low. Low, I think, has the better reception just because it was the first one, and it was the most sort of, it was, like the one that had the most influence.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of albums like this, like where an artist will go in a completely new direction or something. Like Radiohead with Kid A and Amnesia.
Oh yeah.
Like they'll go in a completely new direction, and the first one will be sort of more acclaimed, and the next one will be seen as a bit of a bit of a meh. Like did this album get sort of? I'm gonna guess because I don't know. Did this album get at the time sort of positive but not overly positive reviews?
No, it got an incredibly positive reception. Multiple publications called it best album of the year.
Pretty good.
No, I heard it. It was instantly loved. Lodger's the one like that.
Yeah.
Here, Low and Heroes are seen as like peas in a pod.
Ah, okay.
But it's Lodger that's seen as being a bit like that, where you have the amazing creative heights of Low and Heroes, and then Lodger's the one that's seen as being a bit of a yeah. Now I love Lodger. Lodger's a great album, but we'll get into Lodger another time.
Cool. Well, it makes sense because this and Low came out obviously so near each other.
Exactly, yeah.
They would sort of have like, you'd just ride that wave.
Yeah.
In another couple of years, I can see how it would dissipate and people be saying like, oh, he's repeating himself. But which is weird because Heroes and Low have the same sort of formula, where it's the whole like first side rock, second half ambient. Yeah. Well, not ambient, instrumental, obviously.
Yeah. So Joe the Lion is followed up by the title track Heroes,
yes,
which is a song and a half. In my opinion, one of David Bowie's best songs.
Yep.
It's got some of his best lyrics, some of his best production, his most powerful imagery. You know, and the subject of the song, with Beauty and the Beast and Joe the Lion's lyrics are very abstract. Yeah. This one, it tells a very clear story about two lovers from East and West Berlin coming together to, you know, to fall in love with each other, but then they get shot down at the end. It's so vivid. Yep. And again, the use of the, I guess, borderline frippatronics, like it's spine-tingling stuff, and it's been covered multiple times.
Never as well.
Never as well. Most people miss the point of the song. Yeah. It's not a pretty song.
No.
It's ultimately it's a bittersweet song. Yep. In that it's very optimistic, but it's the fact that love comes out of this. You know, love can come out of extreme situations. But ultimately, the lovers are killed at the end. Yep. You know, so
it's a bit fatalistic, isn't it?
Fatalistic, yeah. You know, but the lyrics are just so vivid. You know, I can remember standing by the wall. Yep. And there's like nothing came before. No, nothing can keep us together. We can beat time just for one day. And then he sings it in a very low voice. And then by the end of it, he's screaming it. He's like, I can remember. Stunning.
The bit where he goes, "We can be lovers," is the best bit of the song. Yeah. I'm not even going to attempt to do it as high as he does, but it's just incredible, that bit where he goes, "We can be lovers." Yeah, it's amazing. Can be lovers. It's just a perfect pop song. Yeah. It's just it's sort of easy, it's accessible but deep, with like a message that's sort of hidden behind how nice the music sounds. Yeah. It's just incredible. One of the best songs of the '70s. Yeah. Easily. And one of his best songs. Yeah. Well, this would have been this song was fairly successful, wasn't it?
It was a big hit. Yeah.
Well, this would have been his first big hit since would have been Starman.
I think so. Yeah.
Or Gene Genie.
Gene Genie. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, with this album, you know, like it was a massive success in everywhere except for the US.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that A Station was his biggest one in the US, wasn't it, for ages? I heard it hit number 3.
Weird.
This was a Pitchfork review though, so that could have come whole cloth.
Yeah. That'd be a bit suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna make some kind of pun on of like knitted wear. This is like a hipster thing.
Oh yeah, got you. Yeah.
Whole knit or something. But I couldn't really work it in any way without explaining it. So
it just wouldn't have worked.
No. Anyway, we're talking about Heroes.
Yeah, Heroes. Yeah. So here, you know what? I'm actually surprised the Cadbury's Chocolate Heroes have never done neither of a song Heroes on it.
That is a bit weird, actually.
I'm surprised they've never done that.
I'm surprised there's never been a war film that used it as like a climax.
Yeah.
We can be heroes! Like, I could have done that at the end of Schindler's List or something.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan, yeah.
That'd have been great.
Yeah. But anyway.